What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. And I have a Jamboree-filled, jam-packed broadcast for you guys today. For those of you who have been living under a rock for the past couple of days, there was a police murder that occurred in Minneapolis, and it was so gruesome, it was so disgusting that I hear that other police stations, other precincts in the region, surrounding the region, subsequently released their own body camera footage exclusively to show that they were not involved in this. Like, that's how fucked up it was. But in many ways, it also was not fucked up at the same time, in the sense that it was expected. There is no crime that justifies murder. Let me just put that out there. You would never find it acceptable for a police officer to play judge, jury, and executioner on the spot. So obviously it's completely unacceptable. The weird instance of progress in this situation is that with Eric Gardner, justice was never served. Justice was never served, okay? For years in New York, the progressive haven of New York, supposedly, his murderer got away completely scot-free. And not only that, but he just got a desk job. He was relegated to desk duty, and he was fine. And he got paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars by the city. The bar has been uplifted like from underneath the ground, and it's like coming all the way to the ground now, where the threshold, white supremacy dictates that the threshold for progress is so fucking low. But progress in this circumstance, if you look at it, is the fact that the four officers, not just the person who was on top of him, but also the two other officers that were standing by and doing nothing, were fired immediately. It did not take 5 years for them to get any sort of action taken against them. It sucks because that's not fucking enough progress. We are nowhere near what is necessary as far as retribution, as far as justice goes. These police officers need to go to jail. Riots in this circumstance happen by independent actors. If you want to call out bad apples in a situation, you can't look to a militarized police force and justify routine, disproportionate violence taken against, especially at a disproportionate rate taken against unarmed African Americans. That's a systemic problem. But as far as riots goes, that is unironically a bunch of random people taking matters into their own hands and going above and beyond. We've talked before about the difference between black people looting in a time of natural crisis versus white people surviving, right? It's definitely a inappropriate portrayal. Destroying targets or looting target or destroying an auto zone is absolutely nothing in comparison to a police force, a heavily militarized police force taking a life, an innocent life. Because ultimately, when you think about the destruction of property, why is the destruction of property something that is considered important, something that's considered bad? The auto zone caught on fire. Okay, why is that bad? Because that fire could go into a household. That fire could spread. It's uncontrollable. Okay, what happens in that circumstance? People could potentially die. Let's say if someone died. The reason for collateral damage being bad is that it may actually end up harming innocent people. So if you have that mindset where you're like, collateral damage, damage to collateral, damage to capital is bad, and you shouldn't destroy property because it might end up harming human beings, then you have to realize at the same time that it's still infinitely worse that a group of people, a gang of people that is deemed to protect and serve that community, opening fire on the residents of that community is still infinitely worse, because that's direct harm on the community.
My heart hurts
there
so
was
much
a
today.
white lady,
I'm a black
a
guy and there is
motorized
so much
Karen.
going on.
This is
North Africa,
more.
slavery,
I
Chinese
guess it's a little
racism,
bit
the whole
funnier.
American shit show.
There's a little bit of
Even in
humor that
Africa,
we
we're
can
not
look
safe
to.
from supremacism.
But there
Thank
was
you for helping us, Hasan. I really mean it.
motorized.
You don't love
There was a
the
motorized
spirit of justice.
Karen with a knife,
You love
a
your
knife
father,
Karen.
the devil.
Okay, and she was running around in one of those motorized scooters, those little motorized scooters, to, I guess, bravely defend Target from looters. What are you, a fucking shareholder? Like, what are you, the CEO of Target? What are you doing? The funnier part about this is, of course, though, that they called her an elderly resident. She's 30 years old. I'm 28. I'm about to be 29, okay, in July. And I'm not elderly, okay? I'm not nearing elderly. I'm just a boomer. And, you know, I might have just learned recently that you can unlock your taskbar, okay? But that doesn't mean that I'm designated as an elderly person. What is happening, dude? I mean, pure chaos, okay? Pure fucking chaos. My man has got his iPad out. He's like, this is it. And then you can't really see it clearly, but yeah, she tries to stab this other she tries to stab the white lady passes by with double garbage bags full of God knows what. Okay, black lady comes up, she's like, time to stab, stabby stabby. So then they push her back and then they fire extinguisher, which I thought was really fucking funny. Get out of here. Anyone who has ever worked at Target, some of those people who are looting probably work at that literal fucking Target, will tell you, why are you defending Target? Are you out of your mind? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you defending Target? It is literally the last place worth saving. People have a right to self-defense, and that's understandable, that's reasonable. But what the fuck are you doing trying to defend Target, dude? Like, what are you doing? I have to show you this fucking fan cam because the internet is so quick. Like, even with all of this horrible shit going on, god damn, the internet is so quick with it. Like, absolutely undefeated. Stays undefeated. Look at this.
You can't come with the throat. Puff, puff, pass. No, you do not want to smoke. Bitches be sleeping on me, but be claiming they won't.
It's so fucking good. A lot of times in these sorts of riots, there is a term called agent provocateur, right? A lot of times in these sorts of riots, the civil disobedience is no longer civil very quickly, and like things move really fast if you have no control over it, and a lot of these are not completely organized movements, so there's no control of it. And agent provocateurs will go in and actually start destroying property to accelerate the process. Someone just goes in and just goes, hey, let's fuck this window up. Let's fuck this fucking, AutoZone up. So it's good that there's so much coverage of this because apparently, as Ryan Grimm was pointing out as well, there was a guy who was at AutoZone who was the first guy who laid siege to the AutoZone. Let's take a look. And these are other protesters who are confronting him. That's the guy.
Guy just came with a hammer and smashed the windows.
I'm gonna fight you right now. You wanna go? What's up?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Hey,
I'm out of control. I apologize for that.
So the reason for why they do this, of course, is so that it escalates, gets out of control, and then it's justifiable police action that quickly changes the public opinion away from the protesters and back to why the police has to be violent against these incredibly violent and aggressive mobs. So obviously, these riots aren't fucking good. That's the main point that I'm trying to make. From the internet, you can just, from the comfort of our keyboards, we can say, fuck yeah, fuck Target, which I have said as well. Fuck Target. Like, who gives a shit? Are you fucking kidding me? All of that is insured. if riots were so fucking good, then the actual protesters on the ground wouldn't be doing their goddamn best to stop it. If riots were so fucking good, then agent provocateurs would not exist. Okay? Don't be stupid.
Hey, hey, hey! Are you a fucking cop? What's up?
There's so many different circumstances here, right? They yell at you when you riot on the streets. They yell at you when you kneel quietly during the national anthem. They yell at you when you shut down traffic. So maybe you just want to yell. Maybe it's who's doing the protesting, not how they're doing the protesting. Maybe it's what the protesters are saying rather than how the protesters are saying what they are saying. Because the same people who are like, ugh, what are these people doing? They're rioting. I did not hear them. Or the same people that got upset at fucking Colin Kaepernick and wanted him executed, pretty much. I did not hear them yelling at the fucking insanely armed militia protests at capitals around the country because they wanted to get their fucking haircuts. A good sanity check is how Hong Kong protests were covered versus anti-government protest riots. In Hong Kong, they portrayed in the correct way. Yeah, like these same people who were fucking loving the Hong Kong protests are now fucking freaking out over Minnesota. You hate it when the Chinese government does it, but you love it when America does it? Like, what the fuck? Not the same thing? Absolutely the fucking same thing. Shut the fuck up. No, that was justified because it's against communism. Yeah, that was justified because it was against an authoritarian government. It's fucking nuts, dude. You're just completely biased. The cop who killed George Floyd has shot 3 other people before that incident. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I'm not shocked by this at all. We spoke to Ira Latrell Tolles, 33, who was shot by Derek Chauvin in 2008. The officer at the center, Ira Latrell Tolles, tells us Derek Chauvin shot him at close range during a domestic call in 2008. Amy Klobuchar declined to prosecute him. Oh, of course. I said this yesterday. I didn't know she was directly tied to this, but I just want to say that Amy Klobuchar has been at the heart of, I don't know how she's evaded any responsibility so far, but she's literally responsible for this this system and the aggression being cultivated on either side of this circumstance by declining to prosecute bad cops and increasing sentencing on African-American victims or African-American innocents that did not have enough evidence to fucking get tried or get locked up in prison. But, you know, she used to be called Elena in her Spanish class, so she's fucking tight. She's going to be the next VP. I love this, dude. I'm sorry. Tremendous respect for this person. Oh my God. I cannot get over this. This is so good. This is so fucking funny, dude. Holy shit. She's like, I'm sorry, but my nightstand has been looking kind of bare. Okay? My fucking nightstand has been looking kind of bare lately. And I needed some lamps. Surviving, by the way. I'm never getting a fucking Target sponsorship, even though I do unironically love going to grocery stores. That's not even a meme. You guys know this already. It's like one of my favorite fucking things to do because there's an abundance of so many different kinds of Oreos. Holy shit. Police guarding outside the officer's house. So
Look how many fucking people are defending this killer's house.
As well.
Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house.
Look
how fucking many are defending this killer's house.
Okay, so this is fucking insane. But also at the same time, like, what? Are you going to pull him out of his house and fucking execute him? You can't do that, man. I'm sorry. That is an area where, that is definitely an area where I will fucking finger wag and concern troll. No,
we have like
shut the fuck
14
up.
different brands
No.
of blenders created by the same companies.
Sorry. Yeah,
It really
whatever,
does
dude.
pacify
Yeah, get
us.
mad at me all you fucking want.
XQCL.
That is the dumbest fucking thing you can do, okay? Going into that dude's house and pulling him out of the house and fucking killing him is the absolute worst fucking possible thing you can do. He needs to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Anyway, the point though is that look at the fucking, while the city's burning down, look at the cops. Look at where they decide to choose their resources. Look at where they decide to spend their resources.
Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look at this shit.
Maybe the
Look at this shit.
Behind bars.
Look at this shit. Look how fucking many.
He's 100% guilty. He is 100% guilty, but you still can't do that. You know he's going to get off, right? I fucking hope not. Because this will get much worse. And looting Target and setting buildings on fire is justifiable anger in this circumstance. It will be a lot more justifiable after that. Some people don't like your take because that has clearly not worked in the past decade. Progress is slow. Human beings' lives are too fucking short. And we're too self-centered to realize how long it takes and how much pain that progress happens through.
I love the system.
Imagine believing the justice system will find this cop guilty. We'll see when that happens. Okay. Want to bet that case gets moved to a different county? That's the most fucked part of this process. What needs to happen is what the media should be covering in this circumstance is the demands for a trial and to ensure that trial does not get moved to a fucking predominantly white county. Because these motherfuckers, they always do this. They do this in New York all the fucking time. They do this where they will take the fucking case to an all-white jury in some bumfuck part of New York or in some bumfuck part of whatever the fuck state it's being tried in. And that's how those motherfuckers in the justice system allow for police brutality to get away. Aside from literally building a lack of accountability into the fucking system itself, even in circumstances where you think you're going to get justice, you think there's going to be accountability, they move the fucking case to a different state or not a different state, but a different area in that state so that the jury is not supposed to know about the case though. No, fuck that shit, dude. They 1,000%. They 1,000% change they 1,000% change the area, the location, not because it's supposed to be an unbiased jury, but because they know it'll be a favorable jury. Don't be a fucking simp. Prosecutors and defense attorneys openly admit this. Like, what are you talking about? There are literal. It's an industry. Okay. Oh, here.
The looters who were looting Target.
The looters who looted Target did this to you? You were peacefully protesting?
I was peacefully protesting and trying to block the way so they couldn't leave when Target told us stop.
Oh, you ain't shit. Fuck off. She's like, she's not peaceful. She had a knife. She was knifing people. Fuck you, dude. Fuck. Officer Daddy. Officer Daddy, I was peacefully stabbing people. Bro, how is she 30 though, dude? That's crazy. Like, no meme, dude. Like, oh, she's a rough 30, dude.
And fuck every cop, honestly. Like, fuck all cops. At this moment, if you a fucking cop and you haven't gone on all your social media and all your pages and said what's going on right now is fucking tragedy and there's systematic racism, you know what I mean, in the law departments in most of this country, like, you're a bitch too. So,
but Kenny Beats is the police, so that's kind of weird. I guess he had to absolve himself by saying that, you know, at least he talked about it, you know?
We could do the funny jokes all day, and I see, like, kids come in here, try to cause havoc, try to, like, work me up. It doesn't work me up. It's not fucking funny. If it worked me up, I would have not ran along with cop jokes for fucking 2 years on 5 platforms. Trust me. I get it. I understand when it's funny.
No, he's a cop, dude. Kenny Beats is the police.
I understand. Oh, I'm a fucking white guy that makes hip hop. Vince called me a cop. I'll run with it all day. Cop shit's not funny right now. Fuck cops. If you got jokes to make, keep making jokes. I'm not going to sit here and block you and go back and forth with you. I'm just going to let you know how I feel about it because I always do.
Nice. Liberalism is a brainworm. Sorry to inform you guys, but the death of George Floyd was actually just a Russian op to hurt dear Klobuchar. Sources say city of Minneapolis under substantial cyber attack. All part of the op targeting Klobuchar, I think, makes sense given that are you agitprop going around about her?
You don't,
These people are just
the spirit of justice.
these people, and the people
You
that
love
like
your
those
father,
tweets
the
are no
devil.
different than like the psychotic QAnon people. Okay, maybe they're not as like vitriolic and violently racist, but they are pretty fucking racist still, as evidenced by this take. Everyone has people in their families in their immediate vicinity that feel some type of way. You all know someone like that. The best thing that you can do is have a conversation with them about white supremacy and its fundamental role in the development of American society, and try to show them that like there's different ways of convincing people, different kinds of people. One of the ways that you can convince people, for example, is by showing them that police officers fucking fuck you up too. Like, we all lose. White supremacy kills white people, okay? It doesn't just kill black people, it kills white people as well. This is usually a decent way that you can convince some people in the margins of racism that racist acts or white supremacist acts, justification of white supremacist acts, are oftentimes hurting them as well.
Spirit of justice.
We grow up in a bigoted society, so you are socially conditioned, and it literally is a part of your worldview. It's built into the system. St. Paul especially is like uniquely fucked. Okay? Horrible police. Like Baltimore, St. Paul, these are places that have significant problems. They've always had significant problems. Like the amount of times I've fucking covered St. Paul police force is just insane. Like for tampering or planting evidence, like literally planting evidence, executing unarmed citizens. Yeah, Baltimore's hella corrupt. These are insanely corrupt police departments. How do you feel about fetishizing BIPOC? Is it racist? I don't know what the fuck BIPOC is. You should listen to Performative Outrage and Celebrity Culture episode of Hella Black podcast. Whatever happens to those guys who killed a black jogger, were they locked up? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Look at Shamik Moore's Twitter. He's speaking major facts. The fact that just sprinkle some coke on him is a joke. Yeah. Some politicians respond to my country. Here's some numbers to show that cops actually kill more whites than blacks. How do I even argue with someone like that? That's also bad. Your retaliation to cops actually kill more white people than black people should be to say, this is not a fucking racial issue, idiot. Like, we're talking about police brutality. And the reason why more white people die is because there are more white people. But more black people die in respect to how many black people exist in the country. It's disproportionate. Gotham City, baby, is the purge. Holy shit. Oh, this is the construction of the housing unit, or the development that was happening there. God damn, this is crazy. No, sorry. This is where I'm taking a stand. AutoZone, fine. But O'Reilly? Not O'Reilly's, dude. O'Reilly Auto Parts. You can't do that. That's also Irish people are also people of color. You're attacking pretty much a black-owned business in that circumstance. Sucks. AutoZone killed that dude. I mean, I'm not saying that AutoZone is directly, literally responsible, but it really sucks that AutoZone is, in your mind, worth more than the life of a person. Like, that really does suck. If we fuck AutoZone and fuck Target, like, don't do this shit. But I'm not going to also sit around and fucking be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this shit. I mean, now the workers don't have a job. Fuck the citizens. Dude, that is, again, concern trolling to the fucking infinite degree. What makes you think that those people, like, what, you think that those people that work at fucking AutoZone are from a different community? You think those people are, like, coming in, they're being transferred from, like, the town over to work at Target? No, motherfucker. The people that are burning down the shit are the same people that work there. They don't give a fuck. Why do you? Have you ever talked to someone who works at fucking Target? You think they give a fuck about Target burning down? No, they don't, idiot. People in Minneapolis broke into Planet Fitness to start working out.
This man in here working out. I know you lying.
He's surviving. I don't understand. He's just surviving. He's white. Surviving.
He is in Planet Fitness working out.
What's wrong with this? I thought we established if you're white, you're surviving. If you're black, you're looting and also killing people and also dangerous.